First guest tonight is a talented actor and musician who was recently nominated for a Best Metal Performance Grammy. With his band Body Count, he also stars in the 22nd season of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, which airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. here on NBC. Let's take a look.
First, Nor's not even sure that she's going to go to the hearing, but now, on the day of, she's willing to go to the prison and meet with Jimmy.
She read the letters. She said she spent the last 7 years of her life hating the guy. Maybe it's time to let that go.
He's just going to manipulate her.
What am I supposed to do, tell Nora no? Why don't you go with her?
Because I can't. I got to babysit Cat out of controlled meat. Hey, you got any tips on how to deal with her? Because everything I do makes her angry.
Then don't do anything.
Please welcome back to the show, Ice-T. How are you, Ice?
What's up, Seth? What's happening, man? This is different.
This is a different thing we're going through, but one thing that remains the same is there keep being new seasons of SVU. You were here 2 years ago and talked about the fact that you were just a couple seasons away from setting the record, and now in season 22, you guys are the longest running drama in the history of television. Congratulations.
I remember when we were like at season 18, I was at dinner with Dick Wolf, and he said we could get the record. We were getting close to the record. And I was like, nah, we're going to do 25, right? And next thing you know, like last season, we got picked up for 3. So we officially are going to get to season 25. So now I'm pushing season 30. I love doing the show. And, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm going to ride this thing out.
And I think it's important that when you set a record, you got to then put some cushion so that nobody just comes and takes it right back. You know, you got to hold that record.
It's hard. I mean, I don't even know the show that's the closest behind us, but yeah, we want to set a cushion, you know. But I mean, fortunately, I still enjoy doing the show. The fans still love the show, and I'm loving working with Mariska every day, and Kelly and Peter and everybody. So we got a new girl, Jamie. We're having a real good time over there. So people always say, well, Ice, how could you do the show so long? I said, because the work environment is so fun. And then we get guests. We got stars that come in every day. So it makes it's an interesting job. It's not boring at all.
That's fantastic. I bet, by the way, the person you're going to have to worry about as far as breaking your record is going to be Dick Wolf, as he's going to do with one of these other shows. So I would just keep an eye on those Chicago shows, because I know they're getting up there. He's the guy you got to keep an eye on.
The trick is you stay in the Wolf universe. Like yeah. When people say, well, you're on SVU, I say, well, really, I'm an employee of Wolf Films. So when he came out with Chicago Fire, I made sure I wrote to him. I said, you know, I can climb a ladder, Wolf, Dick. You know, so just he keeps enough shows on the air to keep you employed if he likes you. He seems to like me. This is my 5th show I've done with Dick Wolf. 5th show. So I started on New York Undercover as a guest star. Then I was Swift Justice. I played a gangster. Then I was in Law & Order Exiled. I played a pimp. They killed me with a bowling pin. Then I had I had a show called Players, and now this is Law & Order SVU. So I've been working with Dick Wolf for over 25 years. I'm probably I probably am his longest continuous running actor outside of maybe Ipatha.
I think this is important also that he is teaching people that a life of crime doesn't pay, because when you are a criminal in the Dick Wolf universe, you only last 1 episode. But you figured out if you're a cop, you're just in it for the long haul.
I learned that. I played enough bad guys. I played enough criminals, you know, so I know you get one shot. Yeah, you get to play the bad guy. Unless the show is based around bad guys, something like Breaking Bad or something like that. But you know, it's fun, it's acting. People know Ice-T is about as far as you can get from a cop. So we call that in the business a stretch.
How a lot of people have been stretching through this past year. I know your beautiful wife, Coco, is homeschooling your daughter, Chanel. How's that been going?
Well, not technically homeschooling her. Chanel just turned 5, so she'll start school in September.
Gotcha.
And we didn't really decide to take her to preschool. I told her, I don't think anybody's won the Nobel Peace Prize because they went to preschool. I told her, I said, you have the luxury of being able to be a stay-at-home mom right now. Take advantage of it. These 5 years, she'll learn more just being with you all day than she probably will getting shipped out to a preschool. A lot of kids go to preschool because their parents have to work, and it's kind of like preschool / babysitter. So Chanel is with us. I think the hardest thing is when she starts school is Coco. Coco's going to lose her best friend who's with her 24 hours a day. So Chanel will be like, bye, mommy. And Chanel will be the one crying in the car. I mean, Coco will be the one crying in the car.
You did add some more family members. We've talked about your dogs before. You have 2 English bulldogs, Maximus and Alexis. They had 5 babies. We actually have a picture here of the bulldog puppies. And you kept 2, correct?
Yeah, what happened was our first bulldog was Spartacus. And what happened was Spartacus passed away early. And Spartacus is Maximus's father. So we're trying to keep the bloodline. Like, we were like, you know what? We work with Long Island Bulldog Rescue, and we know about rescuing dogs and all that kind of thing. But with bulldogs, it's like before you even get ready to breed them, somebody wants them, you know? So it's not like they're going to ever be in that situation. So Coco was like, I want to breed Max. I want to keep Max. Max is now 9, the baby. So we got Alexis, we bred him, and out came all these puppies. Here's what happened. One looks just like Spartacus, like his clone, and one looks just like Maximus. So we named Max's son Titan, and the other one's name is Little Spart. And Chanel is happy, and now we have 4 dogs. The trip is when I get in bed at night, it's like Lion Country Safari, because I got Chanel, who still sleeps with us. She climbs in the bed. She got her own room and everything, but she prefers mommy and daddy's bed. Then we got, you have kids, they want to, you're like, look at how beautiful your room is. They're like, right, I put my toys there. I'm coming up with you guys. And then I got the dogs running around the bed. So it's an interesting situation.
You have, of course, many projects, other shows outside of SVU. You have a new show called The Mediator, where you actually mediate disputes. What have you learned from this show that's different from everything else you've done up to this point?
You know what it is, Seth? I started a production company called Final Level Entertainment, and we started putting shows. I'm learning from my mentor, Dick Wolf, that one show is not good enough. So I have a show called An Ice Cold Blood on Oxygen, one called Framed by the Killer on Oxygen, and then this one came up, The Mediator. So my guys that work on my team were like, conflict resolution, Ice, you're the best person for that. I'm like, I'm not no judge, dude. I'm not wearing no robe. I'm not, they say, no, mediation. So they caught my ear and they said, now you have to go to mediation before you go to court. Then I realized that every human being has mediated something at some point. You've done it. You get between your brother and your sister, you're getting between your friends. Someone wants a neutral person to get in between it. So the beauty of the show is I'm trying to help people solve problems. It's nothing like court because, well, we also have a lawyer there. So once they tell me the problems, I try to come with a solution. Then I go to my people, I call them my chambers. I have sometimes an attorney who will tell you what would happen if you did take it to court. I have relationship experts, psychiatrists. I got my man, Freddie Fox, AKA Bumpy Knuckles, he'll tell you how it would happen in his form of, justice. And it just comes out cool. And then I give a recommendation and they either take it or they leave it. And we shot 20 episodes and it is bananas. It is so fun. But the trick is we're not making fun of the people. It's not like Jerry Springer where we're just there for the clash. We're really trying to help solve a problem. And we're pretty successful. It's interesting. I didn't know what was going to happen when we started it, but it turned out to be something pretty incredible.
Well, congratulations on that. Congratulations on everything else. Good luck at the Grammys, and hopefully next time we'll see you in person.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Everybody out there dealing with COVID, God bless you. It's happened in my family. We've gone through it, so we know it's serious business. So, God bless you and your loved ones.
Law & Order SVU airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. here on NBC.